Okay, so we're going to try some strength tests on this stepper motor, 4-wire stepper motor I pulled out of an old printer. A little bit on the setup. We've got a simple script running on the laptop that's sending high-low signals through a USB bitwhacker, which translates that to TTL levels, going into the Easy Driver, and that is, of course, hooked up to the stepper motor. Right now we're driving it at 5 volts. The power supply that came with the printer drove it at 16 and 32 volts, or at least those were the two outputs. So we're going to start it with low voltage and see what we get. As you can see, I've got a just a simple setup here. It is 1 inch. Better set that down. 1 inch from the center of the motor to my little attach point there, and hopefully that will enable us to measure vaguely accurately in ounce inches. So here we go with the first step. So as the first step, I've got a small cup filled with about, I'm going to guess that's about 3 ounces of water. That's volume. So we're going to see if that lifts it. Obviously the holding force is just fine to hold that. So sending the signal. And we can see that it lifts it right up. So with 5 volts, the motor is certainly capable of that much. Let's see. Let's lower that down a little bit so I don't spill the water as much. And if I can get this off, let's go ahead and set that on our scale. And it measures a whopping 2 ounces. So our motor drives at least 2 ounce-inches of force. Time to up the scale a little bit. All right, so the next text is with a couple of bolts. This is all the way up to 6 ounces, or about 5.8 there. So sending the signal. Now, for the record, that lurching effect is actually, I think, a result of the buffering in my setup here as I send a bunch of characters. It actually does that completely unloaded, so not an indication of any lack of force there. So let's go a little bit heavier. Okay, so we've gone with a slightly larger container, the highly technical shopping bag. And as you can see, I've added, well, you can't see, but there's a 1 can of random chili in there. And the holding force of the stepper motor is insufficient to hold that up. It's kind of gone to rest. I'll actually try to raise it here. And it's moving a little bit, but can't stay with it. So that's at 5 volts. Let's try stepping up the voltage and see if we can successfully hold it. The weight on that can is 17 ounces. Okay, we've got the 12 volt, or I'm hooked up